Does that trail up there look normal to you?
No, it looks very, very strange actually. Yeah. Quite unusual.
And what about the other cloud material that we're seeing above Whangarei today? Does it look as if it's normal to you, or does it something...
It's never seen anything like it really. It's quite artificial.
What do you think that is over there? That trail?
It looks like it's been left behind from a plane or something. Kind of like the vapor trails that planes leave behind, except the vapor trails don't last near as long.
Have you been seeing a lot of these over Whangarei lately?
Yeah, quite a few.
And what about today?
Well, especially this morning actually. I woke up and went outside and there was just cobwebs all over the whole sky.
You mean like trails from aeroplanes?
Yeah, yeah, and wave formations and all sorts of things.
Yeah, what do you think's going on?
I don't know. I've heard a lot about it, and about them spraying like heavy metals and stuff like that. And at first it just seemed really far out to me, but after seeing test results from water, like rainwater and stuff, it's happening. So.
And have you seen any planes doing it over Whangarei?
I haven't seen any myself, no.
Doesn't look natural.
What about the chemtrail program in general? Where does it fit in with the overall agenda? Are they preparing the Earth for something, or is it just weather manipulation? I think it looks like they're trying to keep us from being able to see what's out there.
Yeah, or all of the above. Really.
Yeah, it's just a
now, consider back in 1996. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
It sounds more like a multifunctional tool, though.
Yes, absolutely, yes. Back in 1996 is when I spotted my first X in the sky. Now, having grown up in Orlando, Florida, I was quite used to rocket launches. And so when I saw this large X coming from either side of the horizon, I thought, you know, what a strange rocket launch is this? So these trails immediately stood out in my mind as some sort of unique event, not something that I just thought were trails. Now we've had 14 years of having these chemtrails over our heads. It was clearly stated back in the Middle East in the first Gulf War that they were feeding barium to the insurgents, and you can clearly see that they were using chemtrails to do so. It was openly admitted that they would feed this barium to the people because then you could be tracked. Now, it's very curious that there are two main functions that I have sussed out when it comes to chemtrails. The two main ingredients being aluminum and barium. And aluminum, you take this into your system, and now you're a receptor, an antenna for their electromagnetic frequency devices such as HAARP, SURA, iSCAT. Then, when you add to this as well the barium, then you are now showing up on a very particular radar known as the X-band radar. And as curious as it would seem, if not at all, because everything's on the schedule, right when Katrina was coming towards New Orleans, they were shipping the X-band radar on an oil rig, a very large oil rig that could not go through the Panama Canal, so had to make a trek all the way around South America to be positioned right up next to the HAARP facility. This X-ray radar, this X-band radar, was used in the Hawaii catastrophe. And so right next to HAARP, now you have a big buckyball X-band radar that can track all the people who have breathed in this barium. So now you must realize that you shine like a beacon on a radar. They cannot determine who is who. That's probably where the chip comes in, but they can absolutely detect when people gather. And so if people think they're going to just run and hide or do something when, say, something nefarious like FEMA camps becomes a reality, they're actually going to show like a beacon and be able to be manipulated by the electrofrequency magnetics. Now, on top of this, as a rainbow gathering goer, one that goes out to the national forest with 10 to 20,000 other people and builds an intentional community for a month, we can clearly see that the chemtrails come right over when the gathering begins. I usually show up about 2 weeks early, and you won't see a chemtrail at all. But on the official startup date, there they are out in the middle of the woods. At the Gem and Mineral Show in Tucson, Arizona, where a collection of people that live on nothing but money, on cash, which is untraceable, people from all over the world making lots of money selling gems and minerals, they chemtrailed heavier than I'd ever seen, and it was the first time it rained in Arizona in 5 months. Everyone got sick. I told them all what was going to occur before it did. I said, you're going to feel lethargic, you're going to have achy joints and feel flu-like symptoms. This is heavy metal poisoning you're dealing with, not a virus. And so next day, everyone was grabbing my DVDs because they knew I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
We used to track these things in movies, so there you have it. On top of it, you can add the HAARP frequencies as they put these things out, and they are used as reflection devices. They're used to punch holes in the other in the ionosphere. All of these type of tricks, trades. It gives them the power of God so that they can bring on the end of the world and make it appear so. They can cause earthquakes, floods, and all of these things. So that's where we're at in those type of situations, HAARP and chemtrails together.